We're back on STL Live, and I'm joined by Rosemary Britts from the Sickle Cell Stroll, also Sickle Cell Association. You're the executive director, and you've got this big event coming up to help raise awareness. Tell me about it.
So the Sickle Cell Stroll is coming up on Saturday, September 12th. It's at 9 a.m. at Hudlin Park, and that's directly across from Barnes Hospital, just above their parking garage. Sickle Cell Stroll is an awareness event to help educate the community about sickle cell, bring about awareness, and to celebrate the lives of individuals living with sickle cell disease.
Okay, and this is completely open to the public. You don't have to be living with sickle cell or have a family member know someone. This is really, again, to your point, to raise awareness. But tell me about what else is going to take place just that morning. Is it just the stroll?
So we'll have different speakers, like we usually have a doctor that will give some education about sickle cell. We kind of throw out facts throughout the day. There will be different vendors that are pertinent to the sickle cell community, and so giveaways and things like that. If you register with a particular donation for the stroll, then you'll receive the Sickle Cell Stroll T-shirt as well.
Okay, and we should emphasize that you do need to pre-register online?
Yes, everyone should register, and you go to sicklecellstroll.com, and you can register or even create a team.
Well, let's talk about sickle cell for a minute, because, I mean, we hear it all the time. A lot of times it might be a certain celebrity in the news, and they'll say, I have sickle cell. That really brings the awareness. But talk about some of the statistics. How many people are really living with it or diagnosed with it, considering it is an inherited trait that you inherit?
That's right. So there's about 100,000 individuals living with sickle cell disease in the United States. And there's another about 2 million living with sickle cell trait. And so it's something that education definitely needs to be brought about, awareness needs to be brought about, because anyone can be affected by sickle cell disease or sickle cell trait. You don't even feel the trait. But when two parents come together that have the trait, they have a potential of giving birth to a child with the disease.
And talk about some of when you do have sickle cell, the disease, not just the trait, because it doesn't have asymptomatic, but what is that like? What is the pain? I know I've interviewed before patients of sickle cell, especially young children, and they've described their experiences in hospitals. But talk about what the disease does to you and how one experiences it.
Sure, there's different kind of complications. Number one would be the pain that's caused by the blood cells being stopped up in the blood vessels, and that can happen anywhere in the body that blood flows. There are other complications such as stroke that can occur, as well as anemia, things like that. So definitely needs proper treatment and being watched over by a doctor.
Let's talk about Sickle Cell Association. What do you do you're the executive director, but what kind of services and programs do you provide?
Sure. So our mission is to support the sickle cell community while working to eliminate the disease through collaborations on research, education, and resources. So we provide a monthly support group meeting, and that's open to anyone who may have sickle cell disease, who's actually supporting someone with the disease, or if you simply just want to know more about how individuals live with the disease. We provide some resource options for individuals that have different needs, such as co-pays for their medications or transportation. And then other than that, we provide events and awareness opportunities, education in the community.
So with the stroll coming up, I mean, do you find, because the goal is to raise awareness, do you find that people aren't sharing, people might have sickle cell, but it's just something that they're dealing with directly with their physician, their doctor, in terms of treatment, but not necessarily having a support community? Do you see that a lot with sickle cell?
That's correct. A lot of times individuals are saying that they haven't told anybody. Like they're suffering basically in silence. They don't want to tell anyone because they think that there's a horrible stigma related to having sickle cell, and so they don't tell anyone. And then besides that, individuals around them are not educated. So for those individuals that do share it, they don't have the support system that's educated about it and don't really understand what it is that they're going through and how they're suffering with this disease.
Well, we're going to talk more about that support system that the association provides, but we want to quickly share with you that information again. To go out and participate in the Sickle Cell Stroll, it's completely open to the public. The only thing that they ask is that you register online ahead of time to pre-register, and you can go to sicklecellstroll.com. Again, it's Saturday, September 12th at 9 a.m. at Hudlin Park, which is the park right adjacent to Barnes Hospital above the parking garage. But go out, they're going to have a full day of, full morning of activities and information. But we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to return with Rosemary Britts from the Sickle Cell Association when we return.